so embarrassed about it too. Like I'd make up excuses why I didn't have my phone at school. I'd be like, I left it on the charger.
That's awesome. All right, we're finding the tangent and normal equations of the lines at x equals pi over 4. Why?
It just looks weird.
Okay.
Someone's got a potty brain.
Yeah. You must have watched too many of the videos from last year.
Did they have potty brains too?
Not intentionally, they just kept leaving a letter out
Oh.
on accident. Anyways, what is the derivative of secant of x?
Negative, no. Yes?
No, I don't
No,
think
just
that's
cosine
that's
of
it.
x, right?
No.
Secant, hun, not sine.
It's like,
Darn it. Hold on.
does that one have a cotangent in it?
No.
Secant of x,
Yeah.
tangent of x. See, I knew it.
You're going to need to know all 6 of those, so.
I was trying to guess without looking at my notes.
All right, at pi over 4, so the secant of pi over 4 times the tangent of pi over 4. What is the secant of pi over 4?
Secant is the other cosine one, so that's 2 over root 2.
Root 2 over 2?
That's
So cosine of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2.
Oh, so.
So secant would be 1 over that,
Oh.
which would be 2 over root 2, which would be,
2 root 2 over 2.
which would
Just
be,
root 2.
so root 2 times tangent of pi over 4,
well, I was closer than Virginia.
1?
1.
See, I got that one right though. While you were too busy like insulting me, I was getting answers right.
Yeah, well, I was getting answers right while you were still trying to figure out the wrong answer.
So this is the slope of the tangent. So my equation of my tangent line, well, I have the x coordinate, but I need the y coordinate. What's the secant of pi over 4?
Root 2.
Yeah. So that's my coordinate that I'm using. So y minus root 2 equals root 2 times x minus pi over 4. Somebody sounds like they're dying in the hallway.
Well, the hallway doesn't seem like a very good place to die.
I am staying away from them. I'm not getting sick on my birthday.
I don't want to
I know, there was somebody that they wanted to have their kid come in and take a test, and like they're out sick with a fever, and I was like, they are not coming in my classroom. I was like, if the school wants to let them come sit somewhere else and do it, that's fine, but they're not coming to sit in my room. We have state next week. Like, absolutely not.
Exactly. There's no way. Next week's gonna be so busy. That would be awful.
Yeah.
I personally would probably just leave this like this,
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
because it's gonna be a pain to combine the stuff,
I already.
and it's not really gonna get any prettier by moving it around.
I only move it around if it's easy stuff.
All right, so the normal, what would my slope be for the normal?
I got this, Josh. Don't say it. Would it be?
Fine.
Hold, please. Okay.
Holding.
So it's.
Holding.
Hold on, thinking.
Think faster. Be Virginia.
Would it be 2 or negative 2 root 2? Wait. Just negative root 2? Wait. So it would be 1 over root 2, right?
So if this was the inverse of this, what do you think the inverse of this would be?
Root 2 over 2.
Yeah, and then negative, like you already said, negative
Yeah.
root 2 over 2.
Now, see, I would have gone straight to root 2 over 2. We would have already had that on, like.
It's
30
okay.
seconds.
She needed it more than you did.
Yeah.
But at least you got the negative. I would have forgotten that part.
All right, so y minus root 2 equals negative root 2 over 2 times x minus pi over 4. And I would leave it there again because, you know, it's just a lot happening in that if you change it. The book is going to change them to y equals, and they actually are going to go as far as to be like, well, root 2 over 2 is 1 point, or, you know, or root 2 is 1.414 or whatever. So they're going to, like, change them to decimals and all that. I just leave them like this. It's easier.
Virginia, you don't have your WhatsApp.
Oh yeah, I broke that other one.
You broke it?
Yeah, I dropped it on. I think when I.
You're a Walla?
No, not that one.
Oh.
I can't find
Or
the lid.
Wataba.
I can't find the lid to that one. It was a different one, and I broke the lid, so
On the
I
WhatsApp?
can't use. It like started spilling out everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, her WhatsApp from Jamaica.
Well, I had that one, but my dad drank it.
So he stole your WhatsApp?
Mhm.
I love how it was WATA.
In all caps, and it had like little giraffes and stuff on the side.
All right, 26. Assuming that d dx of the sine of x equals cosine of x, and d dx of cosine of x equals sine of x, or minus sine of x rather. Prove the following.
No.
Josh says no.
No.
They're not hard.
It's to me.
d dx cotangent of x equals minus cosecant squared of x.
That door's looking really nice right now.
We're not even into the hard stuff yet.
Oh no.
You said prove.
These are easy.
I don't know why it is.
This is literally just me telling you to find the derivative of cotangent of x without having told you what it's equal to. It's not proving like when you're proving that the derivative of sine is cosine. How can I rewrite cotangent? So d dx of cosine x over sine x. Now I just use the quotient rule. Nice and easy. Nothing crazy.
So we don't have to explain what's happening. We just
No,
show
you
it?
just show it. That's what proving is in anything but geometry. I mean, not in like upper level math, like, you know, real analysis or something.
Yeah.
That just.
All right, so quotient rule, derivative of the top.
I got this, Josh. Okay.
Take your time, Virginia.
Negative sine.
Please
Negative
think
sine
about
of
it.
x times sine of x minus cosine of x times, isn't it cosine of x over sine squared of x?
Mm-hmm. Josh?
So, just as a question, so if we have like sine x, that's in parentheses, and we square it, we can just throw that 2 next to the n in sine. Okay. So now we have negative sine squared x minus cosine squared x over sine squared x.
What's this?
Negative 1.
Yep, because sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. They're both negative, so negative 1. So negative 1 over sine squared of x, which is?
Cosine squared of x. I
Mm,
mean, that's what I meant.
cosecant squared of x, and don't forget the negative sign.
What if we had like
Boom.
canceled out the sine squared x? Like, is
That
that
would be
just
really stupid.
You can't.
you can't?
It's subtraction
Oh, it's multiplying. You can.
or dividing.
Interesting.
But if you had done it, so like if you had split it here and said, okay, well I have minus sine squared of x over sine squared of x minus cosine squared of x over sine squared of x, then you would have said, well, this is -1 minus, what is that, cosine is cotangent squared of x. Well, that's equal to negative cosecant squared of x by the Pythagorean identities. So you would have still gotten there, but you couldn't just cancel.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to prove that the derivative of cosecant of x is negative cosecant of x cotangent of x. And then if you might be able to guess, you're going to have to, in your homework, prove that tangent of x is equal to secant squared and secant of x is equal to secant of x tangent of x. I'm doing the harder ones for you.
I missed the C, second C and cosecant.
All right, how can I rewrite cosecant? I don't think Josh knows.
We just found it, Virginia. That there's square.
Oh. Wait.
1 over sine of x.
Whatever, I was almost there.
You were about to say sine squared.
I was, but then I stopped myself.
Because I started talking over you.
All right, so quotient rule.
Can I take this one? She had the last one. All right. So we have nothing times. Well, I guess I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
So I guess we just have negative.
Yeah, I usually just write the 0 so that I remember to put the minus sign, but you don't have to.
And then that's 1 times cosine of x over sine squared x.
Because he doesn't know what to do.
Never done it.
Yep, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I think that's actually true this time.
All right, so this is really just negative cosine over sine squared, right? So would you agree that this is also the same as negative 1 over sine x times cosine x over sine x?
Yes.
I guess that's reasonable.
So Virginia, what's 1 over sine of x?
Cosecant of x.
Yep, and it was negative, so negative cosecant of x. Cosine over sine.
Cotangent.
Boom, proved.
Or
We did it.
we did it. We did it.
You thought the same thing I did.
Yay.
Dora.
Dora.
Dora. Dora the Explorer.
I love Dora.
All right,
I always
group
thought her head was shaped like a
activity.
football.
What?
I always thought her head was shaped like a football.
I never do.
You remember Noah, right? Noah Moore, Miss Moore's son.
No.
Okay, so when we were little, we would always laugh about Dora. Like he would always like laugh because I like Dora or whatever, and he thought that she had a big head. So he would always say she had a big head. So we went to Pizza Hut with our book it things. Like I don't know if y'all did that, but like where you could like read books and you got like free pizza at Pizza Hut. Well, this was an eat-in Pizza Hut, and so you like it was like with the buffet and stuff. So we got like this free little pizza. So Dora was there that night. So we went up and got a picture with, and in all my infinite wisdom, thought it was a good idea to say he thinks you have a big head. But in all fairness, she was in a costume with a giant head. It wasn't just this random chick
Like,
thing
if it was just
dressed
a
up.
random girl, like, dressed up as
Yeah.
Dora.
So then he said, I don't even remember what he said, but he said something, well, she thinks blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what it was. And I was like, no, I do not.
She has a big head.
It was so funny.
I would be like, if I was the girl, like, if it wasn't a costume, it was just like her, like, with paint on her face or something.
I think then he goes, how do you not stretch out your shirt every time you put it on? It was a good time.
Just the normal questions.
Yeah. You know, typical things that you just ask any TV character.
From Pizza Hut.
I won't be surprised if this one has a bunch of views.
But you're just gonna rewatch it.
No.
I don't know who I was talking about it with, but every time Josh thinks something is really funny, he does the same exact thing. He does the same thing with his hands. He goes.
All right. Find the body's velocity, speed, acceleration, and jerk at time t. Then find all of those things at time t equals pi over 4.
Jerk.
Okay.
Tell us how you really feel, Josh.
Jerk. Jinx.
Buy me a Coke. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
From Fuller House.
I haven't watched it.
Ah!
I know, I need to watch it. I started watching Full House, and maybe that needs to be my show, because I have nothing to watch right now. My goal is to, you know what, I'll say it now. I'm going to finish it before I graduate. You better hold
I
me
hope
to
so.
that.
It's not that long.
How many seasons is it? And
5.
Shorter episodes too, right? Like 30 minutes.
Some of them are between 30 and 40. Full House has more seasons and more episodes. Fuller House is not as much.
I'll do Full House first.
Yeah,
Like,
watch it in
no
order
one
because
can
it
do-
makes things it's like funny to like watch like the things that they reference back to from the original. So, all right, velocity.
I got this. Don't worry.
Nah.
Okay.
You do though.
Cosine of t minus sine of t.
Cos
Yep.
minus sint.
Let's go ahead and do them the like at pi over 4 while we're doing it. So v of pi over 4. I've got cosine of pi over 4 minus sine of pi over 4. Cosine of pi over 4 is
Root 2 over 2.
root 2 over 2. Sine of pi over 4.
Root 2 over 2.
So it is
0.
0. There's no velocity.
Sounds like me after a race.
All right, speed. So I just put what I have in absolute values. So the absolute value of the velocity at pi over 4 is obviously just the absolute value of 0, which is just 0. How do I find acceleration? Or what is the acceleration equation?
It would be negative. Negative sine of t minus cosine of t.
Yep. So negative sine of pi over 4 minus cosine of pi over 4 would be negative root 2 over 2 minus root 2 over 2, which is just what? Negative root 2, because that would be negative 2 root 2 over 2, which would just reduce to negative root 2.
That's a lot of 2.
And jerk.
It's me.
Sure.
It's Josh. What is the equation for jerk?
That would be negative cosine of t plus sine of t.
Yep. And then jerk at pi over 4 would be negative cosine of pi over 4 plus the sine of pi over 4, which would be negative root 2 over 2 plus root 2 over 2, which is 0. What a jerk.
What a jerk.
Truthfully, I'm not 100% sure.
Couldn't tell you.
I just know what it is mathematically. All right, so I gave you some problems yesterday, right?
Yes. We got up to 19.
Jinx.
All right, 21, 25,
Shush.
29, and 33.